I'm dreaming of the road again, set free in the wind.
You can ask the flowers, I sit for hours, telling all the bluebirds, the bill and coo birds.
I've not even let the ladies out quite yet. I had 21 chickens and ended up losing 2 due to a fox getting in during the broad daylight. I've waited until later to let them out, and I just went into the actual coop to check and see if there's any eggs to be collected. And there's nothing but a bunch of black feathers. This is not good. So the fox actually dug underneath here. You can see where the feathers are. It has rained a lot this morning, so they're quite matted down. And this is the trail that they take. So there must be a den up some sort of this way, because this is where the other trail of feathers went. And there's a few of them. It's hard to see, but there's a few of the black feathers along this way. And like I said, we got a lot of rain this morning. So this happened quite early, or a little bit right before the storms hit, or right after, something of the sorts. Now that makes a total of 18 chickens now, which is really a bummer. That's another chicken gone within less than a month. That's 3 chickens gone. Because obviously it's digging to get into the run, and it's going into the coop to get in. And they're also getting stressed because of that, and they're eating the eggs again. Yesterday, I came up here and realized one of my chickens had been taken by what I'm assuming is a fox. So that was 3. I decided to keep them in the run in the coop, not let them go out and about. Came up here again this morning, brought feed, treats, water. More feathers are scattered in the run and around the run. And I just checked in the coop, no extra feathers. But it was quite a lot. It was like the New Hampshire red feathers as well as my sapphire gem feathers. And so, you know, did a little wrap around over here, open, and I see in the doorway where they exit the coop and a chicken in the run. That's one of my sapphire gems. I'm gonna do a head count and see how many I have now. Good. I know, baby. Why? I gotta get it out of the run because the chickens are gonna start eating it. Dear. I'm gonna have to go back home and get gloves or something. Huh? Oh, okay, gravy. So Lucy is over here in this area, which is where we have trailed the feathers before. And I'm assuming she's barking because she's located something, whether it's chicken or a scent. It's hard to come up here and sit and wait and hunt something, especially when you have little ones. A lot of people recommend, oh, well, you know, just camp out and, you know, be ready to do some hunting. But the thing of that is, I have 2 little ones, and they're, 1, obviously not that quiet, and 2, get restless after so long. And my husband works a lot of hours, so I can't really put that on somebody else. So I'm just gonna have to either do some tweaking to this run and keep them in for the time being until we can try to figure out a different route. Definitely can't relocate this coop. I don't want it back towards the house. I want it further in the property. And we are considering getting other stuff. So it's just, this is just the downside of, you know, on the countryside, there's predators, and then you have your livestock. And it's something. We've lost them before, but obviously it's closer to the house. You know, you don't have like the whole experience of a lot of stuff coming because you're typically out there being loud and they just don't want to be around. But up here, and it's something that's digging underneath the run area and just dragging them out. I really don't want to, but I'm actually on my way to close the run door up. I did let them out today. They do come out towards the house. I feel like they kind of are safer when it comes to them being out compared to like staying on lockdown because they're up there and these foxes are digging up there, and I've not added more stuff to it. I obviously need to do a lot more tweaking to it, but I have some scratch grain right here, and we have an automatic door. So what I'm gonna do, they the door opens at 7 a.m. I'm gonna bump it to 8 a.m. I know that's very late considering we're like in the middle of the summer. Obviously the foxes or raccoon, whatever it is doing it right early in the day before I'm even up here. So I'm gonna put scratch grain into the coop tonight. So when they wake up, they're able to kind of like peck around, have a little something, start laying their eggs. And then hopefully by the time they get ready to open, I can actually come up here and let them out and they can like come close to the house. I don't necessarily want to keep them in the run because their egg quality is a lot better than keeping them in. This morning when I let them out, I had 15 chickens. As I'm closing it, I have like tripled counted. I now have 14. So after, probably as the sun was setting and they were going to bed, another one was captured. So basically I went from 21 chickens to now 14 chickens within days. That last recent one that was taken, one was a sapphire gem. Both my Brahmas are gone. Easter egger, a few of my New Hampshire red, which I had a lot of those, but slim pickings over here. That is insane. Really don't have to like start over. And I'm also having like a lot of people now wanting to buy eggs from me. And I was having like a good consistent egg flow. No casualties this morning. It is a little past 8, almost. I think it's actually 9 o'clock now. But about 15 minutes ago, Lucy was like towards the end of our driveway pointing in the direction of the coop and was like barking. But I just did a head count. There's still 14. I am going to let them out because I don't want them being sitting ducks. Loose. It is just insane to me that I went from 21 chickens to 14. I think we are having some discussions right now about getting some bees and some goats. So I don't know. That's why I'm kind of just jumbled up because I'm over here making other plans to try to add to the livestock. But at the same time, I'm losing livestock. Also in our front yard, a little bit of blonde feathers. A couple days pass, I'm now taking the trash to the end of the road, and the neighbor was like, hey, have you lost a chicken? I said, why? I've lost many. I'm thinking to myself, I've lost many in the past couple days. Why do you ask? And she was like, well, I didn't want to say anything until I didn't see the boys because I didn't know if it was a pet, but behind our truck here, there's a whole bunch of light feathers. Great. Thank you so much for informing that. I've been trying to count them all day today, but I am about to for sure do a head count, and I'm pretty sure there's only 12. So that means I have lost my buff Orpington. I only had one of those, which is a bummer because they're also a good layer. They're not safe in the run in the coop. They're not safe outside of the coop towards our house. And this right here is where the groundhog has been digging. So I'm going to have to try to come and fix the situation. And hopefully the groundhog is not going to come back for this. Since all the ladies are already in here, I'm going to go ahead and close this. 12 little ladies. What a number. You all have a lot more room now, don't you? Austin just got back from Rural King and he went and got some chicken feed and he got a haircut.
Yeah, but not eggs. We did
We've been having some rain showers on and off, which is quite nice. Everything is looking splendid. I need to tie up some of the potato plants because they have fallen down because we had a storm come through and it's like 70 miles an hour. And some of my tomato plants, I need to add more of the string so I can weave the tops because they've grown. And I also need to kind of tighten this up because they're starting to topple over. And this pumpkin plant is also thriving. I also started more seeds the other day just in case if we do move, then hopefully I'm still able to have something in a little tiny garden. And I believe that zones are changing just because of weather conditions, water conditions, heat conditions, all the things. So I am a believer that the zones are changing. So I'm hoping that if we do move, I can still have a small tiny harvest of some sorts this year because that garden is doing swell. But he got back because I'm obviously losing chickens. I went from 21 to 12 within a week. Index for today is currently at a 9. It is a little bit after 1 and the temperature is 89 degrees. We are about to have a heat advisory this coming week, but nonetheless, we were rained out and now we are going to be sweated out. So Austin went to go get a couple more T-posts for the garden because the bamboo sticks are now starting to tip over because the tomato plants have gotten taller and heavier, so they're starting to lean. So we're going to upgrade those to a T-post, and I'm going to be digging around the chicken coop so we can add some of the wire because this fox is coming daily. I can't tell if it's in the middle of the night or early morning, but I do know that where I've put all this stuff at, it is being pushed away, and then it also started in 2 more areas. One area is where the groundhog was digging and stuff has collapsed inside the run, and a little bit in front of the door to where I let them out in the run. So this is definitely long overdue. Austin's little heart. The ones that had the bamboo sticks were not strong enough, so he went and got 6 more T-posts and tied them up for me, as well as fixed on the ones that were also starting to lean when we done the basket weave or Florida weave. So he fixed those, and I'm actually so grateful because this week we will be having a tremendous heat wave, and then the week after that we are supposed to have some gnarly storms with some gnarly wind. This was needed. Now let's go check out and see the run area, because while I was also in the house, not only did he do this, but he also went throughout the property and found some heavy rocks. So we're gonna go see what he did. This is the side to where the fox has been coming. That's what all this is, but I had some very large sticks over here. Back up through here is where it would trail. Those are some black raspberry bushes too. But this is where it was digging, like right here on this entrance. So as you can see, it comes out a couple inches. Have all this rock right here. And then he added these large ones. Right here is where the groundhog had started digging. And so the fox started digging there last night, this morning, whenever. and then also started over here. So we can obviously see we did it all the way around. Hello, Miss Ma'am. And he has some massive rocks over here, which probably could have put those over there. But either way, turned out really well. I love it. The girly pops are obviously not happy, but definitely a little bit between the chickens. I went from 21 to 12. Quite a bummer. I think one is officially not laying, but we have decided like she's kind of the favorite chicken, so she gets to retire out here no matter what. She does not get processed or anything. Austin did quite a bit with the run, fencing it up, as well as putting in new stakes into the garden. So that's especially during this heat wave. I think it got up in the 90s and it was scorching hot. I'm not even exaggerating. And he did that like with full sun, the coop, and then eventually the garden. So still in the 80s, and it's nearing 8 o'clock in the evening. And I think it's supposed to stay in the 70s, and then right when the sun's waking up, like get in the 90s. I think it's supposed to be super hot these next couple days. Tomorrow we do have someone coming a couple hours away to come look at our property. We have found an area that we do like, but they're asking quite a bit for it. There's not even a lot of acres to it, honestly. But the Amish used to live there, so they've done a little bit. Like the place used to not even have electricity, so the current owners actually added electricity. There's some cool facts about it. There's already fruit trees on it that are producing. There's berries. I mean, there's like some things on it that's a plus. We're just gonna kind of see how it goes tomorrow with the people coming and looking in place, and just kind of go there for the direction. The next couple of weeks, Austin should be hearing back from one of the job sites to see if he's going to be able to come back closer to where we live, so we don't have to relocate into a different state once again. There's definitely a lot going on behind the scenes. I'm trying to keep you all updated as much as possible. But other than that, hopefully we stop losing chickens. I am letting them out once in a while. I'm not letting them out like first thing in the morning like what I was. I have continued leaving the automatic door opening around 8 a.m. I have thought about switching it to about like 7:45, so that way they can be out of the coop. And if I do let them out, it's like towards the evening, that way they don't venture off too far and they have like a little bit of browsing time. Other than that, I'm just taking them extra treats and making sure that they're a little bit satisfied. I'm also adding like extra dirt or anything from the ground, that way they can like search through it, have fresh dirt. Anyways, I'm gonna call it for this evening. If you have any questions referring to chickens, chicken coops, or even just a garden in general, don't hesitate to ask. But until then, I will see you in the next one. Bye guys. I said I was gonna close the video out, but I just came up here to collect eggs and bring some apples to the ladies because we're having like a heat advisory, and these rocks have been moved. I mean, they're not light. So obviously first, all of this has been moved. You can tell, you know, it wanted to move, but I know that's not the heaviest. But all of this has been moved. Don't worry about the logs, it's the rocks. All these rocks have been moved. And it looks like it also was trying to get under here, and it may have started that or something. So I don't really know, but these are, you know, a little heavy. Like it's moved the rocks. That's insane. Are foxes that strong, or is it like maybe something else? I don't know. Anyways, there's a quick little update on that situation.